In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Star Wars The Vintage Collection Obi-Wan Kenobi Wandering Jedi figure from the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. Hi there Star Wars collectors, and welcome to another Bossk Bounty video. And as I mentioned in the intro, we're going to be taking a look at the Star Wars The Vintage Collection Obi-Wan Kenobi from the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. He is called Wandering Jedi, and as you can see there, he's on a pretty awesome looking card back. I want to say a big thank you to Joel in New Zealand once again for helping me acquire these figures. So then, let's take a look at the card back first of all in a little bit more detail. There he is. I do love the image of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Some have said that he is a little bit superimposed on that sort of blue background with all the lights and everything, but I think it's great. For me, this is a really nice card back, and I love the blue that they've gone with for the name pill and behind the figure. He does look a bit funny in the bubble there, but we're going to be getting him out anyway to take a look at the figure in more detail. But he comes with loads of accessories. You can see them all there. We've got an unlit lightsaber, we've got a full beam lightsaber, we've got a blaster, and we have two of the droids, Lola droids. So one that's got the little wings open and one with them closed. So this looks pretty good to me. I'm loving the card back. It's great to have the Obi-Wan Kenobi logo on one of these card backs, and on the back of the card there he is VC245 in the line, and there's the other three figures from the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, and I believe the other two in the wave are the Mandalorian Super Commando and the Anakin Skywalker Padawan. So if you did want to pre-order any of this wave, I will leave links in the description below. So there he is. Not much else to say. It's a great looking card back, but we're going to crack open the figure and take a look. Alright then guys, so here is the figure out of the packaging with all of the accessories laid out, and there's loads of accessories, loads of stuff to go through with the figure itself as well, which we will come on to first. We'll do the accessories a little bit later. Now, everything on this figure looks really good to me. It's an all new figure. It's got bags of articulation, which again we'll go through later. The only thing that's sort of standing out for me, which I'm not 100% sure on at the moment, is obviously you've got that split at the chest there, which I know a lot of people don't like. It's kind of hidden in the crinkles of the shirt, but for me you can really see it. And the other thing is the head sculpt. I'm not 100% sure if they've nailed this head sculpt of Ewan McGregor. Sometimes it can be quite difficult to get it right, but saying that, recently with the Vintage Collection they've been absolutely nailing it with Bo-Katan and Ahsoka and Boba Fett and things like that. They've done some really good head sculpts. Maybe it's got something to do with beards, but for me, I'm getting the vibes of Chuck Norris with this figure, I've got to say. But saying that, we will take a really close look at the head sculpt so you can see it in detail and the paint apps and everything. And we'll also take the robe off the figure, take a look at the figure underneath and all the articulation and everything. But first of all, let's take a look at that head sculpt. So there you go, there's a close-up look of the Obi-Wan figure. Now, at some angles, it looks pretty good. Like that one for me looks pretty good. So the side portrait, I think they've done pretty well. It's when you look at him straight on like that, I'm not too sure if they've got it. I don't know what it is about it. I'm just not seeing Ewan McGregor there. But the paint application is pretty good. The eyebrows are straight, the beard's straight and everything like that. There's the colour of his hair. Maybe it's because they've had to try and make him look a little bit older, where, you know, that's where they're struggling to really capture that. But as I say, from certain angles, he looks pretty good, like that one there. He almost has his mouth open as well, which is a little bit weird. You can see the back of the head there. Decent paint apps. The robe itself is a really nice material. I'm liking the material that they've used for it, and it looks pretty decent. It's not too oversized, it's not too baggy. He has the hood there, which lays quite flat on his back. I think they've done that pretty well. And also, if you want to put the hood over his head, it's one of those ones where you've got to sort of just get it right, pinch it there so you can get that sort of look there of him with the hood on. I think where it's been in the packaging and everything and it's been crunched up, I think if you mess around with that a bit, then you can get a really good look with him there with the hood on. Seems to be a good length all the way round. And yeah, quite happy with the cloak. Alright then, so there is the figure without the cloak on. As you can see, they've got some really nice sculpting going on with his tunic. There's that split again. And there is waist articulation as well, so there is an argument to say that this joint here wasn't actually needed. But I'll let you be the judge of that. I don't really mind it. It's the same as Lando and Lobot. They've both got it as well. and it just adds for that extra sort of range of motion. But yeah, he looks pretty good. I'm liking the design of the figure. You can see he's got those rolled up things around his ankles. He has the brown trousers or pants if you're in the States, and they've got lots of nice sculpting going on them to make them all look ruffled up and crinkled up and what have you. You can see there he does have the hole in his belt for his unlit lightsaber, and I've got the blaster in the holster at the moment, which fits really, really nice. You can see there that's been sculpted really well. Now the articulation for the figure is pretty insane, I've got to say. The head is on a ball or a double barbell, so you get loads of range of motion with that. He has ball hinged shoulders, he has the hinges at the arms, but what I really do like is the hinge at the wrist, because they're really well hidden by the tunic sculpting there. I just love the way that's done. And he has like the strapping around his hands as well, which is pretty cool. He has the upper torso, and he also has the lower torso waist movement as well, but that is on a really weird joint. If you were to move it there, you can see inside how that's done, so you could probably send him all the way round like that and bring him back round. So as I say, I'm not too sure if that one was actually needed when you do have that one. He has the new style hips, which is great because you get so much range of motion with those. They don't get hindered by this piece here because this is more of a softer plastic, so it doesn't really get in the way when you're trying to do all the movements and everything, which is good. He has the split at the thigh, as you can see. He has knee joints, which are well hidden again by the sculpting of his trousers. And he has the rocker ankles, so you have the hinge with the rocker, which is great for a Jedi figure. Moving on to the accessories, you have the unlit lightsaber here, which I'm really liking. It's really nicely sculpted. You've got some decent paint apps on there with the silver and the black and the gold. It just looks really good. And let's check out how it plugs into the back of his belt. That fits in really, really well. And as you can see there, it hangs down from the belt really, really nicely. That looks great. The blaster is a pretty cool piece. I'm not 100% sure if I've ever seen this one before with a figure, so you'll have to let me know in the comment section below if we've had this one before. But as I say, it does fit really well into the holster, and let's just check out if he can hold it. Yep, and he has the trigger finger as well, so that looks pretty good. He holds that well. Figure also comes with the lit lightsaber, which looks pretty good as well. Nice deep blue on that. I'm liking that. I have managed to get him to hold the lightsaber in both hands. It was a bit of a struggle. I'm sure if I had a bit more time, I could actually get him to hold that a bit better. But that's just to demonstrate that you can get him to grip the lightsaber with both hands. And then we have the two Lola droid accessories. And this first one is on a clear plastic stand to suggest that it's floating. And amazingly, it's tiny, but amazingly it is articulated, so this does move around on that little post there, which is quite unbelievable really that they've bothered to do that. And the amazing thing about this one is that this one is fully articulated, which for something so small is pretty amazing, I've got to admit. The legs are articulated, they're on a tiny little ball in the bottom of the droid there, so they do move all around and everything. You've got to be careful with that piece, it can fall out. Very much like Grogu's arms on the Grogu figure, it can fall out quite easily, but still, that is pretty amazing. And then also the little wings on the droid are articulated as well. They move around, which is just crazy for the size of it. That is just unbelievable that they've bothered to do that. That's fantastic. And there she is, Lola, the little droid. I haven't attempted to try and put that in his hand or anything, but I'd imagine that you could get Obi-Wan to hold the droid if you wanted to. So there you go then, guys. That is the Obi-Wan figure from the Obi-Wan TV show. I've got to say, I'm really impressed with the accessories that he comes with. I can't believe that that little Lola droid is articulated. That's just crazy to me. But the figure itself looks great. The only issue I would say is the head sculpt isn't quite there, as I mentioned before, but it still looks pretty good. It still looks like Obi-Wan, and I'm loving the soft goods cloak. I think that works really well. The hood works well. So all in all, a great new figure. And when I say new, I mean all new. It's an all new sculpt and everything like that. So great to have something like that in the vintage collection. That's what we want more of. So thank you so much for watching this review. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Drop a like down below if you've enjoyed the video. Thank you to my Patreon supporters and channel members. And we shall see you on the next one.